Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. And today I get to hang out with my friend, Charles Berry. Charles is a coach with the gift. He's an activator. So he's a coach who is an activator, and he has the gifts of discernment and encouragement, helping people take their right next step. Charles, welcome to the show.
Johnny, thank you so much for having me, man. Our schedules finally worked out where we could spend a few minutes together. So absolutely looking forward to it, brother.
Dude, once again, man, the schedule confounded me. It was like it's been months. I'm trying to do it for months.
We all know what that feels like,
Yeah.
right?
We should be able to get an hour though, right? Like, gosh, but it's hard
You
these
would
days.
think. You would think.
Yeah. Well, what I love about you, man, is that you're dynamic. You understand who you are. You're inspiring, man, and I know that you have this impact on people's lives in the way that you call forth the good in them. And so we're going to talk all about that today. Charles, can you tell us a defining moment in your life?
Defining moment. Okay, so I played college football. I was a quarterback. So when I entered college, I was playing at North Carolina State University in the Atlantic Coast Conference, which was a much better football conference back in the 90s than it is right now. So don't judge me, America. That's just what it was. So redshirted my freshman year. So leading into my redshirt freshman year, which would have been my second year on campus, coming out of spring practice, I had a wonderful spring practice and was competing with the incumbent who was a year ahead of me. And I would say we were very close in that competition. But that summer, I went home, decided that I didn't need to work out as much. Like if I just continue on this same trajectory, that I have a good chance of being a starter in the Atlantic Coast Conference football arena.
Sounds like foreshadowing. Sounds like some foreshadowing happening.
Yes, right. So didn't take care of my business. The incumbent, my competitor, who I also call a friend, he took care of his business. So he had been in college 1 year longer than I had. So kind of knew the rhythms of what, the workout seasons looked like. And I don't fault him. Like he took full advantage of the opportunity that was set before him.
Yeah.
And I didn't. So come fall camp, preparing for the season in 1997, it was clear that he had done the work and I had not. So day by day, I continued to fall behind just a little bit.
Yeah.
So fast forward, make a long story longer, he ends up being the starter. First game of the season, we play the Donovan McNabb Syracuse Orangemen up in Syracuse, and we upset them because Torrey Holt, who should be a Hall of Fame wide receiver, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the biggest robbery I've seen in the NFL for quite some time. But anyway, he went off, had a great game, and we upset Syracuse in their dome, and the rest was history. So my friend, the incumbent, his career took off. I think he ended up throwing for 10,000 plus yards in the Atlantic Coast Conference, and I was stuck behind him. So very much so the defining moment of my life, that I would never look another great opportunity with disdain or an ego that would limit me from reaching my goal.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
So then how did you apply that lesson in your life after that moment?
So yes, every opportunity that came my way that was had the look and feel of a fruitful opportunity, it's like, okay, so how can I maximize this? What do I need to do to take care of my business? How can I better prepare for the opportunities that are coming my way? So I would say since that point, I've done a much better job. Not perfect, right? Like we're just not perfect beings, but have done a much better job of making sure that I'm prepared for opportunities that come my way.
That's good stuff, man. So real quick, let's touch on career, like your career journey up to this point.
Sure. So I ended up going to grad school after undergrad, ended up going and working for a charter high school in Orlando, Florida, which, by the way, if you can teach, if you can deal with 30 sets of eyeballs in the adolescent or even grade school or middle school age, you can do anything.
That's true.
I promise you.
That's true.
I promise you. I remember watching a PBS special, and there was a gentleman who was talking about serving your country in one of two ways, either in the military or going into education?
Yep.
And Johnny, I'm a lover, not a fighter, man.
Yeah.
So I said,
Yeah.
okay, well, let me go into education for a
Yeah.
couple of years. So first year I was in the classroom. Second year I was in the administration. I saw the first graduating class from that charter high school. It was a co-op program that the kids would go to school half the time and work the other half of the time. So I started building these relationships with HR departments across the city,
Yep.
and developed a very strong relationship with the HR director for Frito-Lay down in Orlando, Florida. So whereby at the end of the 2 years of me serving at the charter high school, he offered me a management trainee position coming right out, making some pretty decent money, man.
Yeah,
So,
man.
yeah, so it was a wonderful organization. I like to say it put hair on my chest, like work hard and even work harder coming back the next year trying to overlap
And eat a
those
lot of
sales
chips too,
numbers.
right? Eat a lot of
Oh,
chips
no
while you're
doubt
at it.
about it, man. It's so funny. So I didn't like chips working for Frito Lay. It's just like it's always in our office. We always had like the first taste of the new flavors that are coming out. But now that I've transitioned away from Frito Lay, like those promotions, the buy one get one free or the 2 for $6. I know what the markup is on all those products, and I still fall for it to this day. I got a bag full of chips
I know,
in my
dude.
house right now. I'm like, Lord,
Yep.
Frito knows what they're doing.
Yep.
PepsiCo knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Spent 8 years at Frito Lay in several different positions. I was fortunate enough to earn progressive opportunities. Started as a district manager, got promoted to be a trainer, had a headquarters project management role, and ended up being a business manager in my last role, which brought me to Colorado Springs. And I've been in Colorado Springs for 14 years now. So, but at that point, I had a decision to make. It was one of those forks in the road, proverbially, from a career perspective, right? And the longer that you are a professional, you do come to a point, I'm convinced, you do come to a point where you make a decision. Am I going to go this path, stay with this company for the next 30 years, or am I going to investigate other opportunities where
Yep.
maybe I take control of my own destiny or I try a different organization, right? Some people, it happens a little bit earlier in their career. Mine was about 8 years in to my professional career. So I decided to take back my life. If you know anything about retail, it's 24/7, 365. When you're
Yeah.
dealing with the Walmarts of the world, like you're going to be working on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah.
Ended up taking a position as an individual contributor with Granger. So I was an account manager with Granger for about 4 years, calling on healthcare facilities for a couple of years, and then government entities. But over the course of time, I don't project this on anybody else, but for me, corporate America sales just kind of it proved itself to be empty over
Yep.
the course of time. An
Yep.
opportunity arose to investigate a role with Focus on the Family here in Colorado Springs, a Christian ministry where we just want to see families thrive in Christ. So it is a donor development role. And this particular position has allowed me to use the skill sets and the talents and the training that I received in corporate America to directly impact the kingdom of God. And it has been a blessing to me for it'll be 7 years in January, which is amazing to say. I was just talking to a coworker about that, man. Like time it travels fast. It goes fast.
Yeah, man. Yep. So tell me what lights you up about that work.
It's the relationships. It's the people. I'm a people person. My wife doesn't necessarily get it. I don't have to be the center of attention. I don't have to be like the star of the crowd, but I like being in the crowd. I
Yeah.
love people
Yeah.
watching, like comedy. You can get revelation from watching people. You can understand even better what their gifts and their skill sets are. Those are the types of things that really set my soul on fire.
Yeah, man. Yep. And even when we talked earlier before this the scheduled call, we talked when I first met you. You talked a lot about naming and calling forth the goodness in people and the proper use of words.
Yes.
Now, where did you learn that?
I'm always looking to get better with communication, so I'm
Yep.
always on YouTube or
Yep.
even recently on Instagram, just tips and tricks that I can pick up from voices who are experts in the field of
Yep.
communication.
Yep.
One of my favorite pastors, he always says this, to speak in the affirmative.
Yeah.
Because if I tell you, hey, don't touch that hot stove, what's the first thing you want to go do?
Touch it.
Want to
Yeah.
touch it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
As opposed to giving an affirmative
Mm-hmm.
directive. Hey, let's go share the gospel with somebody on the street. Let's go. Let's go to the park and play basketball. Let's
Yeah.
go do something instead of saying, let's not do this.
Yeah.
It's just human nature. We're
Yeah.
drawn to the things that you tell me that we cannot do.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That is human nature. I have kids.
And
You have kids, and Uh, so then now taking this all together, I'd love to get a little bit more into your superpower and your calling.
yes,
And so on the superpower side, well, I think these are mixed together because you have a desire to invest in people. So tell us a little bit more about how that works for you.
yes. So I just believe that every single individual on this earth, they want to be seen, they want to be heard, and they want to be known. It's just a very simple framework that I use to encourage people, to build people up, to help them take their next step in whatever arena of life, to activate them. Oftentimes, it takes somebody calling something out of you that they see in you that maybe you don't even see in yourself. I shared this with you on our call several weeks ago. There was a gentleman who saw something in me in the way of being a professional MC, something I didn't even necessarily see in myself. I've just been serving in that role at church, in corporate America, at my current role with Focus on the Family. I've just been doing it. I've been
Yep.
serving. I
Yep.
haven't been looking to be paid for it, but this one gentleman, his name is Adam Christing. He called it forth. He saw me in action in an event where we partnered together, and he was like, "Oh, you can do this. Like you could be excellent at this." And I'm thinking, okay, I'm just trying to take care of our guests. I'm not really worried about that. But after I had time to really take in and digest what he was encouraging me to think about, it started to make more sense. But had the Lord not placed this man in my life to call that out, to call that opportunity forth, I don't know that I would have pressed into that space. I didn't even know it was a professional thing to be, an MC that helps organizations further the mission and the vision with
Yeah.
ministry partners.
Yeah, yeah, man, I love that, and the principle behind that is actually a very meaningful one to me personally, because I have a person like that in my life who I've talked about many times on this show, Alan Briggs,
Mm.
um,
I love
who
Alan, by the way.
yeah,
Great guy.
yeah, 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 incredible man, and was that voice, like the voice that you just described. He was that voice in my life, and encouraging me like you could write a book. Write a book, man. You could just do it. Just do it. Like,
Like it's that easy,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But then it proceeded to activate me into that, right? And so, but it makes me think. I remember, man, when I was a kid, I have this memory of myself. I'm 15 years old. I'm on a bus bench. It's in the middle of winter. I'm taking the city bus to school. It's so cold outside. My nose hairs are frozen. I can feel them crackling inside my nose, right? Like,
Sure.
and I'm on a bus bench. I'm alone. It's dark, and I just remember thinking. I think now, looking at that kid, man, if somebody had just come alongside that kid and put their arm around him and been like, man, you got potential, bro. Like there's so many, it would have accelerated me. It could have. It could. Maybe
Yes.
I wasn't ready to receive it at that time. I don't know. But I do think, man, that we have this ability to call forth things in people that accelerate them
Yes.
beyond where they can see themselves going, which is what you
Yes.
just described, man.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Because
Yeah.
oftentimes, and it's so disappointing to me. Oftentimes, we decelerate people by pointing out the negative, as opposed to accentuating, like, what are the giftings? What are the talents? What are the positives in this person? Like, what impact can I see them making in the world, on the world. I'm going to leave the 99 and go find the one kind of guy. Because
Yeah.
as a kid, I was the quiet kid. I wasn't the cool one, you know, where everybody was attracted to me necessarily. But I
Yeah.
sat and watched people
Yeah.
in my quietness. I was just like, uh-huh, yep, got it. So to this day, because of my experience growing up as a child, I always notice maybe that awkward person or that person who hasn't had a chance to be a part of the community. Like I'm looking for those people.
Yes.
The 99, yeah, they're in. Like they're
Yeah.
laughing, they're joking, they're having a good time.
Yeah.
They're experiencing the fullness of whatever we're doing, but it's that one over there. What
Yeah,
can I go
man.
say to that person to make them feel comfortable? How can I pull them in to the community that we're a part of?
So then I'm going to ask you to even crystallize that for me. Then if I was to ask you, like, what do you feel that you've been put on this earth to do? Right. As far as you can tell, because I know that's a really loaded question to ask a person.
Yes, yes,
But as
yes.
far as you can tell at this point in your life, what is that for you?
It's to coach people. At heart, that's who I am. My father was an accountant. My mother was a social worker. So it's really who I have become is kind of a melding of what I've seen out of my parents.
That's wild.
Having the deep concern for even the least of these, man. We just adopted a little boy that we've been fostering for the past 3.5 years, and it's been an absolute joy. Not
Yeah.
easy,
Yeah.
but a joy.
Yeah.
Just to see the Lord's hand of faithfulness over that journey. So having that deep concern, but also having a passion for, just business acumen, like operations, kind of the guts of doing business, right? Like making an impact in the marketplace.
Yeah. Yeah. So then does that manifest as an understanding of the details? Like when I think of an accountant, I think of somebody who's able to see the details and pay attention to the details and try to create an excellent result through clarity and through that detail orientedness. Do you have some of that? I mean, did some of that you get some of that, or does it work a different way for you, that discernment side?
So I have some of that, but it
Yeah.
doesn't bring me life. Like I'm
Yeah.
a high level overview, like vision kind of guy. I was just talking to a buddy last week about this. So for my personality type to have that high level overview, visionary type of mindset, I need people around me who can dive into the details and kind
Yeah.
of ground, the visionary language of, hey, what if we could do this type of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's being able to identify who you are, like how you're wired, how you're built,
Yep.
and put people in the right places within the organization, within the community
Yep.
to maximize impact.
That's so good, man. Have you taken the 6 types of working genius assessment? Do you know?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell us
Yes.
where you land on that one.
So I am discernment and enablement.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Discernment and
Yes.
enablement. That makes a lot of sense
Yes.
based on
It
what you just
does.
said.
It
So,
does.
yeah. Go
John,
ahead.
think about it this way. I shared, my experience playing college football. So clearly I played, football since I was 7 years old all the way up to 22. Playing quarterback, the ball is snapped, you take your drop, and you're reading the defense and you're responding to what the defense is doing. Like that's the way I've been trained intrinsically and extrinsically through the great game of football. So that skill set that I've learned, like being able to call audibles based on how the defense is lined up. Okay, we can't run over here to the tight end side. We need to go to the split side, to the wide side. Developing those skills over the 16 years that I played football, that's how it's manifesting itself for me in a professional sense. I use the word that or the terminology that at heart I'm a coach. It's based off of my athletic experience and
Yeah.
my experience as a child being like, the quiet kid, just watching
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're going to help me if I'm working with you. You're gonna help me read the defense, right? Like you're going to help me
Yes.
read my circumstances and
Yes.
discern my circumstances and discern the challenges that I'm up against, right?
Yes.
And then you're also going to encourage. So I know encouragement is a big one for you. That's That's one of the words you said. One of the two words you initially said that describe your gift is discernment and encouragement.
I love seeing people come alive.
Yeah, bro.
Whether I'm serving as an MC on stage,
Yeah.
whether it's as a keynote speaker, whether it's as a coach,
Yeah.
I want to see people come alive and flourish. And we've talked about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just calling it forth. Other times it's just noticing, hey, I see how you match those shoes with your belt. You spent a little bit of time this morning on that, didn't you? You know what I mean? Just making it fun.
Details, yes.
Yeah, so I remember I travel for my job about 50% of the time. So I'm in the Denver airport and the train breaks down. So it's just like a mass of people clustered, in that little area. And I was just like, you know what? Let me just start a conversation with a random person. And instead of saying, how's your day going? Well, I know how your day is going. Like, we're all stuck in this thing, right? But no, it's the word track. Hey, what are you excited about? Like, what has you jazzed? What has you pumped? Like, getting out of the bed in the morning, right? And this is not like rocket science, but how many people actually go and do it? And when I asked that question, out of 100 people, 95 of them had a blank look on their face. So around me, I like to say, you're either going to be hot or you're going to be cold. But that lukewarm stuff, no. You're going to have to pick a side.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love to see people activated. I love to see them flourishing. I love to see them thinking about the possibilities. I think, especially in our Western mindset and our Western culture, we get so used to just the same old rigmarole. It's no. Do you still dream? Are you still thinking about what could be? Or have you just consigned yourself that, okay, well, I'm just going to muddle through this 9 to 5 and, when I turn 65, I'll retire. Maybe I'll go play golf, or pickleball is big now. Maybe I'll go play pickleball every single day. Now, what are you dreaming about? What are you dreaming about?
As opposed to autopilot, right? Which is the temptation. Yeah. The temptation is to live on autopilot, and then we diminish ourselves in a lot of ways.
Indeed. Yeah. Indeed.
So, okay. So you love, just so you know, man, you and I are cut from the same cloth. Right, like, because I would have been that dude that was, the train, whatever, the shuttle stops, and and I'd have been the dude that's still like, well, cool, I get to talk to some people. Let's talk, right? And what I like to lead out, my favorite question is, what are you passionate about? Right? Yeah. But again, that's basically the same question you're asking. Is like,
yes,
you're trying to get people to light up, because you learn. That's how you really learn what matters to them. Right? Yeah. Like what warms them up, what makes their face glow, what makes their eyes light up. Like, that's what I want to talk about. I don't want to have a conversation about the weather, man. Like, I could do that when I'm dead, man. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Or the Denver Broncos. Like, it's overplayed, and people can go on autopilot when they respond to that question, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, So I talked to you about the fact that, I love sharpening my communication skills. And there's this one YouTube channel. I think the name of the consulting firm is Black Swan. Yeah. And this guy's like a former hostage negotiator.
Yep.
And so you've probably seen this guy. Chris is his name. I don't remember his last name. Chris Voss. Matter of fact.
He wrote a book. Didn't he read a book about negotiation called
Never Split the Difference? Or something
Never
like
Split
that.
the Difference. He wrote, that's who it is. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Come on. Yeah. So he talks about when dealing with hostage or people who have taken others in hostage, just calling out what he sees in them. Or he actually gave this one example. He was at the airport. His luggage got lost. Like, everybody's screaming at the customer service rep, and she can just tell she's frazzled. And he just walked up to her and said, hey, it looks like you're having a bad day. And he said in that moment, him calling it out, she kind of calmed down. Like, the pressure was off. And she was like, no, I'm actually okay. How can I help you, sir? Like, it was just a beautiful picture of how we can shift the atmosphere.
Come on, bro. Yes.
With our words.
Yes, sir.
With seeing them. Like, the visual is the easiest. Like, that's the surface level.
Yep.
Because people, whatever's going on the inside of people, you can see it in their body language, in their eye contact or lack thereof. Like it's written all over us. As humans, we're built that way. Like whatever's in us has to come out. So
Yeah.
seeing them, hearing what they have to say and not just breezing over it.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody tells me they're doing all right, if I do ask them, how you doing? I'm all right. Okay, there's more to that story. What do you mean? What does that mean? Can we have clarity out
Right.
of this conversation, right?
Right.
All to the intent that you know them. Like you know what they struggle with. You know what they're passionate about, right?
Yep.
Asking that question right up
Yep.
front.
Yep.
Everybody wants to be seen, known, and heard.
Which requires you to slow down.
Oh, yes, it does.
And
Yes, it does.
therein lies the issue, right? Because we're
Yes.
living in a culture with so much speed and velocity, right? To where, you're not a person, you're just the person, you're just the robot that makes my coffee. You're not a person,
Yes.
you're just the robot that drives my Uber, right?
Yes.
You're not,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like that's how we
Yes.
act though. That's how we
Yes.
act though. You're a means to an end. And
Mhm.
so when a person stops in a crowded train that just broke down,
Right.
it starts like being like, no, I think you're a human,
Right.
right?
Right.
Like you're
Yes.
not a means to my end. You are beautifully fashioned,
Yes.
right? Glorious being with a story inside of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a revolution when you do that, bro.
Yes.
Because nobody does it. People don't do it, dude.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, so the equation that I like to use is we all have identity, we all have a purpose, and because of that, all of us have inherent value.
Yeah.
Whether I agree with you or not,
Yeah.
you have an identity
Yeah.
plus your purpose means that you have inherent value
Yeah, man.
in this world.
Yeah. Yep. And that'll
What's
change the
your
way you
next?
live.
What's your next step?
Yeah.
Professionally, personally,
Yeah.
in partnership with a ministry or an organization. What
Yeah.
is your next step? And
Yeah.
how can we help you get there?
Right. Which is what the activator says, right? That's why you call yourself an activator, right?
Yes, that is
Because
correct.
that's what you're always looking for, right? Is all right, what's inside you?
Yes.
What's inside you and how can I give that a voice? How can I give that a destiny? How can I give that a future, right? Like that's the way that you're approaching the person at 7-Eleven.
Absolutely.
Right?
Man,
Yeah.
my coaches used to say all the time, you're never the same. Either you're getting better or you're getting worse. But there's never this flatline deal.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, let's focus on getting better.
Yeah, man.
If it's that 1%, the atomic habits, right? Like
Yeah.
the 1% growth every single day that compounds over the course of time. Like, what is that one thing, right? We're all bombarded with all of this communication, right? Like all of these media outlets that we can press into. And, we could have a hours long conversation about that, right? But for me specifically, when I'm encouraging people, when I'm coaching people, it's like, okay, what is that one thing?
Yeah.
Then maybe we can take the next quarter, the
Yeah.
next 6 months, the next year, and see the compounding efforts of you just taking that 1%
Yeah.
increase improvement mindset every single day. What's the
Yeah.
one thing? Like, let's just boil it down to the peanuts.
Yeah.
Because if I give you one thing, chances are you can accomplish that thing. If I give you 3 things, sure, you can get it done, but now you're probably, at capacity. If I give you 10 things to do, you're just going to throw your hands in the air and just wave them like you just don't care, right?
Yeah.
What's the one thing?
Yeah,
What's
man.
the one thing you can do?
That's so good, man. All right. So we've been talking a little bit about dreams and activating other people into their dreams and recognizing the inherent value in other people. What is your dream? Right. And I'm gonna give you three ways we can frame this. There are impact dreams, which is what you'd like to accomplish in the world. There are lifestyle dreams, which is experiences that you'd like to have. And then there's internal dreams, which is ways that you'd like to grow, right, and change. You can answer all 3 of those, or you can just pick one. Most people typically do impact dream, but I'd love to hear where you're going, where you're headed.
Yes. So My personal vision is that I want to leave peace with everybody I get a chance to come in contact with. And it's the piece of fulfillment, it's the piece of encouragement, it's the piece of um, experiencing new things. It's the piece of like it's all encompassing, all encapsulating. If I can do that in whatever arena that I'm in, whether it's from the stage, whether it's one on one, I want to bring peace to people because what I see in the world is I see people striving. I see people searching. I see people looking. From an overarching perspective, that's just been my observation
Yeah.
in my adult years.
Yeah.
People who are posturing to be something that they're not. There's not peace in that. People to reach a certain status or level or income level. There's no peace in that. The peace is that thing that's on the very depths of who you are as an individual, your
Yeah.
identity, your purpose, and your inherent value
Yeah.
of who you are.
Yeah, man. Bro, that's so
So
good,
I
man.
want to bring that to fruition. I
Yeah.
want to call that out. Like I want to
Yep.
spend the rest of my life doing that.
Yep. Bringing people into peace. To
Yes.
places. That's powerful because we do live in a time, and I'm sure you see this, man. If you're seeing the need for peace, then it's because you're also seeing how people are becoming increasingly hostile and increasingly
Yes.
divided from each other. At least it's funny because we see it on the big screen. Um, a lot of times in my personal casual interactions, I don't see it as much, right?
Sure.
But
Sure.
it's the movie screen that's surrounding us is showing us a world in which there's increasing hostility, and there are definitely temptations to just pull back into our tribes and
Yes.
to assemble our weapons and protect ourselves from the others that are coming for us, right? Um, but maybe what we need is more peace.
Mm. Yes. Yes. I mean, you think about some of the things that have happened in our culture over the last several weeks. That it's people are looking to be offended. It
Yeah,
feels like
yeah,
they're looking for ways to be offended and not considering maybe what's the perspective of the person who said what they said that kind of triggered me,
yeah,
or what's the perspective of the person who did an atrocious act to me. Like what happened to them? That's always my question to people. What happened? What happened? I talked a little bit about our fostering to adoption journey.
mm-hmm,
The mother who gave birth to the little boy that we just adopted, we would WebEx into some of the court hearings,
mm-hmm,
34, 35 now. But in those court hearings, she sounded like she was 13 or 14 years old. So the compassionate side of me said, like, what happened to her at 13 or 14? Like, if you know anything about trauma, like there's oftentimes arrested development at
yeah,
that age, right?
yeah,
It doesn't matter. Even if you're a well-adjusted individual, each one of us has gone through, respective traumas. There's a scale to it, most likely, but it's like, how has your story, how has your experience in your life led to who you are right now?
come on, bro, man. You're awakening something, an idea inside of me. I remember, man, when I was a pastor, I was pastor for 10 years. Uh,
I can see that.
yeah, I was a bivocational, so I was helping lead a church and run a company. I was doing a lot, which was part of why I had to stop. But I remember asking myself, how do I love people? Like, how do I love
Mm,
people? How do I love people? Like, what does it mean to love people? Because it's so abstract. Like, yeah, you got to love everybody. You should love your neighbor. But what is that though? You know what I mean?
sure.
And I was like, well, I at least know this. It's hard to love somebody you don't know,
Mm,
right?
come on.
Right. So I'm gonna go back to what you said. To see, to hear, and to know someone is an act of love, right? To
Yes.
see, to hear, and that's kind of what we're talking about, right? Like we're talking about looking at a person and instead of seeing, oh, that's my enemy, right?
Hmm.
That person holds a view that I cannot abide, right?
Mm,
And therefore,
yeah.
that person is just their view. That's all they are, is their view. It's the same as The 7-Eleven clerk is just the clerk to give me to check me out and give me my Frito Lays, you know, or the
Yeah, yeah,
Uber driver is just a robot to drive me around, right? It's the same thing. That person is just an inconvenient or a hostile view. That's all they are, as opposed to if you could see, hear, seek to the degree that it's possible, right?
sure. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, like the seeing is always possible. The hearing depends on if they're willing to talk to you. The knowing is if they're willing to be authentic with you. right?
correct,
Right?
correct. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but man, like to think of love that way helped me. Right? It helped me to actualize love because I was like,
Mhm.
okay, by seeing this person, hearing this person, and knowing this person, I am actually loving this person. And it's hard to love a person if you don't do those things. What do you think about that?
I love that, man. I love that. So we may have to write the book together,
We
man.
might have to,
Uh,
yeah.
so
yeah.
you do 70%, I'll do 30%.
there
You
we
got a
go.
little bit of experience
Let's talk
with
about
it.
the profit split on that. Okay, that's fine.
Oh my gosh, too
yeah,
good, too good.
man. But I definitely see the calling in your life, man. To see, hear, and know people, which is to love people, which is therefore to call forth the image that's inside of them, right? So that they can be fully alive in who they were meant to be. I can see that, bro. And you
Mhm.
encapsulate that in the language of peace, right?
Yes, yes,
Um,
yeah. I want to help people get there to
how,
that place of peace.
how have you
Yeah.
done that? How do you do that? How do you help people in every interaction with you leave with peace?
So, uh, part of my professional career, and they were just brief segments, but I sold cars on two separate occasions. And you know, when you talk about car salesmen, people
Yeah,
think about used car
yeah,
salesmen just greasy,
yeah,
all of these things. But I've
yeah,
always had a concern for people,
yeah,
and I'm just a brass tacks guy. Like, let's just boil it down to the baseline level. You take care of people, they'll take care of you. And if you listen to them, they'll tell you exactly how to take care of them.
That's profound.
You get people talking, you ask them that question, hey, what are you passionate about? They'll tell you exactly who they are and what they really want, what they really need, and how you can help them. If you just ask the right questions,
Yeah,
quality questions leads to quality answers,
that's right.
which helps you identify what that person needs.
Yeah, man. That's right on, dude. You already know, man. That's like I'm trying to live that every day. Um, so can you tell us anything more about as we're coming to a close? Anything more about where you're heading and what it looks like? On a very high scale, it looks like leaving every person that comes into your contact with or into your realm with peace, with more peace. Can you tell us more about what that practically or tactically looks like?
Yes, so I shared that it's from a multiple perspective. I mean, from a communicator perspective, the opportunity that has presented itself right off the bat is in the professional MC world, and just being able to look out at an audience and read what's happening in the audience, just like I read defenses being a college
Yes.
quarterback. It's
Yes.
like, okay,
Yes.
they need a little bit of infusion of comedy. They need an infusion of like just energy, like getting up out of their seats. I remember a couple of weeks ago, I was on stage serving as service host, and I saw a family with their family reunion shirts on. So I'm in
Yeah.
the middle of doing announcements and, just the same old, same old. But something said, turn to them right now and acknowledge them and have them stand up, have the audience clap for them. Like that was a moment for that family. It was about 40 people who were part of, the program that day. Um, they won't forget that time in
Yes.
Colorado Springs, because a lot of them are from Missouri and Kansas and, the southeastern part of the country. So being able to identify what would bring the most value to the audience right now, like, and if I'm partnering with an organization who is casting vision and mission to ministry partners, it's really threading all of the different segments of that event where people walk away with clarity around the vision and the mission. and making an appeal to join with that vision and mission. Asking for money, it doesn't have to be sleazy. It doesn't have to be greasy. You just share the vision and mission and make an invitation for people to be a part of it. If it's a keynote speaking situation, once again, I may have my bullet points, but if the audience is not resonating, I need to be able to call an audible and shift to what they really need. It's having that dexterity to be able to pull that off in the moment.
Bro, that's the discernment gift that you described. Man,
Yes.
dude.
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to like this, that needs to be a clip because that stuff right there,
Yeah.
like I've never heard of anybody talk about the MC position in those terms, right?
Mm.
But it's very helpful to think of, okay, this is the gift that lives inside of Charles Berry, is that he can read the defense, right? He can read the audience. He can read the crowd. He can read the team, and then has the discernment to know what people need in order to engage with the
Yes.
mission, and then bring clarity to the invitation. That's huge, dude. Like this whole interview was worth that moment, dude.
I've thought about calling myself the quarterback MC. I've
Yeah,
also thought about like playing up on my name is Charles Berry, the Chuck Berry thing. I'm
yeah,
actually a second. So, I've used that as my calling card in different avenues over
yeah,
the course of my professional
yeah,
career. But
yeah.
yeah, just being able to tie it all together, man. And from a coaching perspective, it's just see your clients, hear them, know them, help them take their next step.
That's huge, man. All right, so Charles, thanks for hanging out today.
Hey man, thank you so much for the opportunity, man. We definitely have to grab coffee together. You do have the superpower of connecting people. You do have the superpower of discernment. Even as we're talking, on this podcast, I can see the wheels turning in your head, man. You are excellent, my brother.
Thank you,
You are
brother.
excellent.
Thank you,
So
man.
keep doing what you're doing. You're making a difference in this world.
Dude, I received that, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot.
Yes,
And
sir.
then for anybody who's been with us up to this point, this is Charles Berry. And if you any opportunities come to mind for an MC who can read an audience and engage and pull an audible on the fly, this is your guy. And then anybody who needs that kind of professional coaching, which is again another spin or twist on that same gift. Charles is your guy. I'll keep bringing you excellent people like this man, and we'll see you
Come
next
on.
time. Take it easy, everybody. Have a good day.